Holly. Leonard, where's your drink? We're in a bar for Oh no! Enjoy this beautiful space. I'm very happy this is your first bar experience. This is quite a place. This is a wonderful venue. It's such a delight to have everybody here and a feeling of real connection and family. And I hope that those of you that brought your round 2 poems have them out and ready. It's a pop-up round, and that means that when you feel that there's a poem you want to follow, so those of you that have the second, you have to be waiting and get up. And if you're feeling ready, just show us by kind of standing up, and you can even come to the stage as the reader is finishing. And we as the audience, because we want to keep things moving, if we don't see anybody, we're going to count together. 1, 2, 3, and if nobody comes, then we're done. So we don't want that to happen, right?
Then you would go up.
Then I could go up and say goodbye. So let's practice together. 1, 2, 3. Finale. So that would be the swan song. She's ready. I'm going to start with 1. Is it okay? Okay, hold up. She's so ready. I am so wanting that to happen. But I got to share because of your poem about your driver's license. So I teach this course every year. This is the first year I've had a majority people from other worlds and countries, and it's been such an amazing journey with you. I have had another student from China in the past, and she came in tears with me to my office after going to the driver's license place because of some devastating things she had happened to her with her test. And so at the time, I gave my assignment, which I do about the villanelle, and I usually, often, not always, try to write the same assignment that I give to you, I write with my students. And so this was very timely. So I'm using the villanelle structure, which you guys know is 3-line stanzas with the first and the third line that alter and both reappear in the final. And I'm writing it in her voice, okay? So it's also a portrait or a dramatic monologue, which is another one of our assignments, to write in the voice of someone else. I hope that I pay her all respect and that it helped me to understand what it means to be an English language learner in the United States. It's called Kuo's First Attempt. So nervous, I almost forget key to my boyfriend car. He know best way to get there on Chinese time, early. Wait room still full, at least 10 American in line at DDS. I so nervous, I almost forget key on plastic chair. My boyfriend tease me, say I forget right from left way. Urge me think in Chinese all steps before say hello to white lady. She famous on immigrant blog, detest foreigners. I so nervous, forget turn key for ignition. I look boyfriend way, freeze when she say blinker or breaker. I make guess to move. Boyfriend in back seat whisper Chinese word. You fail, she say, you learn for speak English first. She not even give chance to pass test. So nervous, I almost forget key, rule on US road. Don't speak Chinese. I was so upset for her. I mean, that literally happened in our Athens DDS. So I hope that you know that lady. She's still famous.
She failed me.
See, this woman exists. We need to do something about the white lady. So, may I invite another beautiful lady, Kashin Lee, to the stage. Woo.
After taking Misha's class, I just find that writing poem can let me clear my thoughts. I see a drama, Phantom of the Opera in New York, and then I feel very complex feeling. But writing a poem, it just helped me well organized my feeling. In Phantom's Mask, it's a personal. I am his face, white, hard, wearing one look ever. However, shade of her face on me always creates me cheerful illusion. Am I also so beautiful as her? He is her master, only wearing me masquerade. Sharing what I cover in his sleep, she never likes to be kept forever. What left him is only me, and the voice of Phantom of the Opera. Thank you. And ready? Ready to count 1, 2, 3?
1, 2.
Hi everyone. This poem is called September 11th. I write this poem to be a memorial for the September 11th events. So, okay, let's begin. September 11th. My stern eyes, instant cries at the rolling TV news. Who's behind? 2,977 victims. 2,996 casualties in total. Breathing ashes and panicking masses, grieving families in a bleeding city. It's not the world end, but a wild humanity wielded against the God. All the people pray in the streets, PS for peace. It's not the war zone, but fire door, broken in, stolen honor. Sirens will wake up New York City again. It's not the coup d'etat, but ill politics, flail in jail. Screams and whines echo from fire scene. It's not the crashed planes, but the lost angels fallen from heaven. Freedoms being taken since we all sinned in some reason. It's September 11th. God bless you and God bless America.
Okay, you don't have to count. One of my professors told me that since she became a PhD, she can no longer look at things in the normal way. Whenever she looked at something, she started to analyze it linguistically. And since I got started in this course, I mean the poetry classroom, I cannot look at things normally too. When I look at something, I still think that there must be another meaning behind it. And I think of a very usual event that happened to me, love sick. Like I'm not a very good lover or else, so like I suffer a lot from love sick. So this poem is going to be about it. An empty room. Yesterday, this room was still full of trust, of dream, of hope, of love. Today, this room is deserted. Trust moved out, dream woken up, hope put out, love returned as unqualified merchandise to factories. The room's empty. Emptiness doesn't have to be a big deal if the room's still in good condition. Sadly, its door broken. The only door was kicked open by a man rushing to another love. Thank you so much.
The second poem I want to share is my experience. Cause this winter vacation, I won't go back home and I miss my parents so much. The poem's name is Girls Growing. When I was young, I wanted to grow up in another way. Try to be an adult and wear mother's high heel shoes. Walk far away from home and live with the fire in a brilliant star. Talking with the cold ride, yellow and old green. Struggling with the bush's shadows. When I was young, I wanted to grow up in another way. Accompanied by piano, violin, and ballet. Looking at others through lonely windows. Running far away from home and feel free to play. To be an excellent person and get out of
my father's babe, protected by my mother's kindness. When I was young, I wanted to grow up in another way. I thought it wouldn't take a long time. I always prayed, though I'd never be afraid to say goodbye to old places, stay far away from home, and start to be myself. Slowly and finally, the little girl has grown and didn't stay with the parents, but misses them from time to time. When I was young, I wanted to grow up in another way, staying far away from home and starting a new day. Thank you.
Okay. The moment child. Yay! Prepare if you have another.
All right, this poem was written with the speaker not being me, but from a moment that I witnessed. It's called Final Farewell. I hope not to break down during it. Through the tedious hours of dark, where dour, guttural noises lurk, you nurtured and nursed me, laboring over my demands and needs. You cradled my ailing body in immaculate white sheets as the sun broke through the window. My dreamy eyes traced your every step, although all I saw was your silhouette, until at the foot of my bed, you came into focus. Your voice pacifies me, whispering your affection, gifting the warm farewell of a salty tear on my face. Go. Be with the angels, Dad. Softens my slow surrender.
This poem it's a sad story. It's about a boy and a girl broke up. Broken. I've known the unbearable despair of broken roses. Fallen petals reddening the white windowsill. Smashed pieces of vase spread on the otherwise spotless floor. Pale bedroom light, lifeless furniture, a ceaseless ticking clock. Sorrowful separation, like a dried up leaf, or the grayish-green leaves and stalks. All craving for a sip of water. As time goes back, someone cleaned the floor, picked up the petals fragments, stuck them together and made a bookmark in full bloom. The fresh scarlet kept alive. Thank you.
Since everyone is telling sad stories, I don't mind to add a new one. It's the only sad story of all my poems. It is called Georgia Center. You know what is Georgia Center? What it is for? Yes, exactly. People get onto the broom to go to the airport. Georgia Center. People hate here because they see their beloved ones off elsewhere. Families, couples, brothers and sisters get aboard on groom after lingering hugs. People love here because their beloved ones come back from elsewhere. Surprises, flowers, chairs, and tears were witnessed countless times by that indifferent hall. And now you are leaving, at the place where you saw me go far. I keep your smiles, hair smell, pounding face in heart, waiting for you back into my arms. Thank you.
Okay, since everybody talks about their sad stories at UGA, I'm gonna talk about my sad experience in linguistics homework. About my linguistics homework, sorry. Yeah, I took a linguistics class this semester, and then I realized that, oh my gosh, I love Ederho so much. I love my department and our professors so much because there's something like that I cannot understand or I cannot interpret other than our department, especially something like science. Cause we need to figure out like sinusoids or milliseconds, this kind of thing for phonetics. So which tortures me. So yeah, I want to share my experience with y'all. Physics of sound, non-native speakers, linguistic homework. The diagram is too cool for me to understand. Sinusoid, millisecond, frequency of sound. This is science. Familiar to me in high school, now we're strangers. Put it aside, save me from a glimpse. Sine waves like snakes. Cover it with textbook as if I can't escape from tangling with homework. I am sensitive to the sound spectrum's delicateness, unique. Like water sleeves for Qingyi, going through time and space is the sweet and soft singing. I don't wear a calculator on my sleeve. On my sleeve is the heart for art, for social science. I can't figure out the sound spectrum, but I can speak English. Play with it, rock it, make fun of my Chinglish. I can make every sound right. Well, not a big deal. The accent is the postcard of identity. Thank you.
Actually, I didn't prepare my second poem, but I just thought that it echoed with Sandra's poem because I expressed my frustration in Misha's poetry class towards her poem assignment, like 2 years ago, like you guys. And one thing, so in written feedback from her, she often writes like MCT, meaning Misha Common Taylor. So I'm gonna mention that in my poem. Poetry store, trembling rests at the door. Knock, knock, knock. Nobody answers. He crumbles his poem draft, titled Mountain, and put it into the card key lock. Beep, beep, beep. Lock scores at his paper. Big abstractions, boring cliche, bad craft, rejection. Curls out, novice, come later, sigh. He's lost in thought with eyes shut, dreaming a couple hunter chasing fresh prey at the mountain, creative thoughts called MCT. He inserts revision and casts his fears away, clank. He shoves the knob and makes entry, creaking hinges whisper him on his way. Welcome to the world of poetry. The door springs open, sprouting its sheer joy.
I'll talk about my random thoughts about the Botanic Garden tour. The rule. Stepping on a plant, you killed it, expositor said. Feeling sorry for it. In a moment, getting over it. Having seen so many people being hurt, killed, trampled, nobody feels sorry for. Perhaps this is a universal rule. The weak are victims of the strong. The jungle law, the survival of the fittest. Identity. Lamb's ear, a plant's name. Why? Looking like and easy to remember. What's his real name? Don't bother, no one cares. In this world, no one cares who you are when you are as insignificant as lamb's ear. Champagne, champagne, either way works. Thanks.
Thank you everyone for being here for these beautiful poems. Let's just celebrate our accomplishments and this wonderful work. I've learned so much with you. Thank you so much.
Any volunteers that take the photograph?